Welcome back, you no good bastards, to the Pod Deep podcast. Be very quiet. Kick back, listen up, subscribe, comment, and like. Pod Deepcast. Pod Deep.
Welcome back. We got the starting five back in the house. Pod Deep back in the house. Please like, subscribe, and follow everywhere you get your podcast. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing today?
What's up?
Yo. Like I said, we got the starting five. We got Ant, Sid, Hughes, Jay, Notorious ROD. He will be back very shortly. We're going to kick this off like we do every podcast, boys. We're going to go with the question of the day. This is a good question of the day. I'm going to stall a little bit until the Notorious ROD get back because I don't want him to miss this one. He can hear it, so I'm going to go ahead and go with it. All right, so you are the chief accountant with a Fortune 500 company. This is your last week. You're going to retire after this week. You've worked there, like I said, for 30 years. During this last week, earning report is coming due. During your preparation for the earning report, you notice for the last 6 years, you've been reporting a huge error. Like I said, your last week, and that earnings report is coming to due. So, if you, upon this error, if you find out, and you got two things you're gonna do. You can fudge the numbers, and you can retire with your nest egg intact. The error will get blamed on a entry-level department, and probably 7 to 10 people will get fired. Or you can report the correct numbers and lose 2/3 of your retirement, and that'll cause you to work another 7 to 10 years. What you doing? Anybody need a recap? Let me recap this. What?
Those 7 to 10 employees going down.
Without a doubt.
So, okay, so this is an error that is your fault. You've been making this, you done reported this error. It's your fault. Strictly your fault.
I feel bad for them 7 to 10. But I'm out. It's not even a thought. It's not even a consideration.
It's not even a consideration.
Wait a minute. I've been working 30 years. How old am I?
30 years. You 60. 60, let's call it retirement age. 65, 62, 65. Somewhere in there. Your retirement age. All right, so and
you said 2/3 of your retirement will be lost.
2/3 of your retirement will be lost.
Them 7 has got them 7. I'm sorry.
So 10 people lose. So 10 people losing their job.
I walk it back.
So what you saying, Ryan? You'll report the corrected numbers?
Yeah. I would.
And you saying you reporting some fudge numbers?
Yeah.
Jay, what you saying, man?
First of all, it's a Fortune 500. It's not my company. So I go with, if the situation was on the other foot, the company don't care about me. So I'm not really gonna do all that to care. I'm retired. I'm about to move on to my next life. They gonna have to figure that out. And if some people lose their job because of it, hey, They still got time to turn it around. They young.
You know, it's just entry level, man. It's just people. It's entry level. A bunch of entry level people getting fired because of your mistake. But you good. All right, J Rock, what you think?
Part of me wants to follow Ant and let them get fired, but the right thing to do is probably admit to the mistake and just own up to it and just deal with the consequences.
You ready? You ready to put the next 7 to 10 years in?
I think you have to. Yeah.
Why? Why do you have?
It's not right to put your mistake off. Cause other people's families and harm. Causing 7 to 10 people to lose their jobs because of a mistake you made. I think you have to own up to it and just deal with it.
But what about you staying retired and then you can help them find new employment? Because
that's not a part of it.
That's not part of it.
Yeah. I give them a good review, but I'm still out.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm a snitch on myself. I'm gonna be a stand-up guy. If I've been fucking up that long and it's gonna cause people to lose their job, I'm not gonna skate out like that. My wife probably be upset with me, but at the end of the day, my name is my name. I'm not gonna go out like that, So I just have to be working for the next 10 years.
So that 30 years y'all put in, y'all don't think that's worth anything? You put in 30, you done gave the company a good 30.
Good 20, 24. Last 6 been janky.
It ain't about the company.
What's it about?
This is about me fucking up and costing other people their job.
Yeah.
It ain't about the company.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got 3 that will report the corrected number, and we got Ant on the island right now saying you're fudging.
I got a question. What's the difference than an athlete not performing well costing the coach their job? It ain't the coach fault. The athlete, Anthony Davis, out there scared in the 4th quarter, ain't doing what he's supposed to do. Cost Vogel his job. That wasn't right. It just happened.
Boy, I thought I just time jumped because y'all talking about basketball. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
No, I'm just using that as an analogy.
I don't think that's
people gonna lose their job, and it ain't gonna be all the way they fault.
No, only reason made me go with my answer is because people lost their job. Now, if the scenario was about me walking out the door and keeping my pension of 30 years of service, and then they found out later and it is what it is, I'm not saying shit. But the mere fact that my mistake is gonna cost, I don't care if it's new, 7 entry people or not, but they get unemployed because of my mistake. I wouldn't be comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It'd just be on my conscience. But if that was not the scenario, and it's just like, okay, you made an error and the company takes a hit, I'm walking out the door in time. Fuck that. Y'all get it back. But I wouldn't feel comfortable with people losing their job off a mistake I made. Just me personally.
I give you one better. My mistake, it ain't just all on me. The company should have had some kind of audits to try to help find them. So, really, I'm helping them out. I'm telling you, y'all better start getting an audit because some people gonna get fired if you don't. And these 6 was the sacrifice for that. So I'm really helping the company out. You need to get
I'm tell you something. Realistically, it all really depends on the season of the year. If we headed into a recession, I'm not gonna lose no 2/3 of my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, time's getting hard. It is what it is.
Hey, so with me, I hate to say it, but I think I'm with Blade on. I put in 30 years. I gave you 30. You know, I got you 30 hard. You know, I made a mistake. I made a mistake, but I'm not gonna lose this 30 what I work for. So I think as much as crooked as it is, as much as I hate to say it, I think I would keep reporting the numbers just like I've been reporting them. And then when it come up, be like, huh? What? So I think
after I retire, I probably would have like heads up. But I got a question. Suppose one of them entry level jobs is your kid. Is one of your offspring?
Don't matter.
Would you? I'm talking to Sid because he with me. The rest of y'all already losing 2/3 of y'all retirement.
I'll figure out how to get him a job because I can't sacrifice. I can see my wife looking at me crazy like, boy.
Right. 2/3 having to work another 5 to 10 years. When I had already planned on 30, I done put 30 in, and I done planned on this is it. I see the finish line, and now I gotta redo that, man. Nah.
Let me twist it up just a little bit. You the chief accountant, so you have a staff. It wasn't your mistake, but it was a person on your staff's mistake. But do you fall on the sword because you are ultimately responsible for your staff? So it wasn't you directly making it, but you was overseeing the numbers and it happened under your watch. Does that affect your decision at all?
That's different.
I mean, in that scenario, y'all both going down.
Yeah. But you got to fall on the sword too. So you're gonna get the blame. You got to take the blame. He gonna get the blame. Of course, he probably get fired. But anyway, I'm just saying, if it ain't directly your fault, but like it's indirectly your fault, you were ahead of the staff, and somebody on your staff did it, but you're responsible for that person. Does that change anything for you, Rob? Squeak?
I don't think so because you're losing your. Okay, I put it like this: in the Navy, the captain, you're the captain of the ship. All right. Whenever, like, if let's say you go to sleep, and they run the ship aground, right? Now you got all these officers that's on the bridge that's watching the sailors and making sure that y'all on the right course. Captain sleep. That ship runs aground. You lose your command.
Okay.
Period. It's not the first officer's fault and the seaman who was steering the ship. It's the captain's fault. You're gone.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the way I look at it. Like, if someone does it under me, then it ain't about me falling on the sword because my neck getting cut off too.
Shit, I'm looking at it totally different. In that scenario, in the second scenario, I said I'm skating out the door. As the head, I'm not over your shoulder looking at you like you some kid. I'm trusting that you know what you're doing. Now, if I drop my guards and believe that you was reporting the shit right, after 30 years of going to training, you come to find out you've been doing shit wrong. I was supposed to do my due diligence, but yet and still, I'm gonna motherfucker retire. I'm not losing my 2/3 in that scenario. Now, where I take ownership in, you lose your job behind something I did wrong. I take ownership in that, but I ain't taking no ownership in me dropping the ball, not looking over your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So nah, I'm retiring.
But I guess it's all about what kind of industry you're in. Because in certain industries, it don't matter if you commit the error or not. It happened on your watch.
Right.
But we ain't talking about getting fired. We just talking about
blowing the whistle.
We just talking about what you gonna do if it ain't directly your fault that these numbers got reported incorrectly. Are you gonna admit that? Are you gonna report the right numbers? Or are you gonna report the wrong numbers? You gonna keep it moving with the wrong numbers, or are you gonna report the right numbers?
Yeah, when I retire, the next motherfucker figure that out. I'm out the door.
Now we thinking and I don't care if it was me or someone else doing it. I'm out.
Yeah,
I done already signed my retirement papers. It's a week away, and I think these numbers wrong. Man, I'd be like, man, I must be crazy. Them numbers look right to me.
Fuck, in that second scenario, I ain't falling on no motherfucking sword like that. Hell nah. They'll figure that shit out when I'm out the door. You know, when they bring me in as a consultant role and want to bring us some old shit. You know.
All right, boys. All right, that was question of the day.
That was a good one.
All right, fellas. So, all right, let's get into some news. So, I wanted to bring this one up, guys. This is a topic that's been trending. So, Bud Anheusier Busch is starting to lose sales. The marketing director came on today and said that the brand is in decline. They caught some flack for having a Instagram influencer. They did like a cooperation, with a Instagram influencer, where a transgender guy posted about Bud, did kind of a little commercial. Now people are boycotting. They're just flat out getting boycotted. They are losing sales. They're losing sales, and but my question to the group is, at what point does this affect just the way we live? I mean, because we got, I'm under the opinion that everybody has their choice to do what they want, but now you're taking down these huge companies, and like Anheusier Busch is struggling. Target is in the news with the same thing about they've been historically great about doing Pride Month, because Pride Month is coming up in June. Transgender, they've been great about doing all of that. Now they're forced to pull stuff off their shelves because this conservative movement is pushing this agenda that, is bad. So I guess my question to the group is, how do y'all feel about that? These corporations, do they still got the right to do what they're doing? Is the right going too far with this agenda, trying to stop people from being who they are? So I wanted to kind of propose that to the group and see if you guys had any thoughts on that.
Hey, let me take this one first.
Okay.
Okay. When you are a public company, you have a responsibility to your shareholders to make money. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times that means you have to be neutral. You have to sell to the left, to the right, to the middle. You have to just, sell, make money for your shareholders. So that's my stance on it. Like if you want to play it down the middle, you probably should just not pick a side. Just be neutral. Just, do business. But I don't think there's a problem with them endorsing like the trans movement. I don't really agree with people like shooting cans up and refusing to drink Bud just because they did a collaboration with a trans person. So I don't agree with that view. But on the other side of the coin, if you're a public company, you do have to probably just kind of stay neutral. Just go down the middle and not align yourself with too many social movements. So that's a kind of a flip-floppy answer. I don't agree with people being so upset about it. It's not a big deal to me. But on the other side, if you're a public company, you have shareholders who, depend on you for a dividend. You have workers who depend on you for the job. So you probably just want to stay neutral.
Okay. Who else got a thought on it?
I would kind of piggyback off of what Jared said. You got to keep it strictly business. And the moment you hop on a movement, whether it's Black Lives Matter, the transgender, you may alienate or have people boycotting your product. And you'll be like, how did this happen? So kind of like what Jared said, you got to be neutral and keep it strictly business. How do we make money? If it ain't making money, I'm not jumping on no agenda unless it's going to profit the business. So
what I'll say to that is, so this transgender, it's a climbing market, right? It's a market that was 4 years ago, it was like 3%. Now it's about 7% of the population. They drink beer too. So you got to serve that part of the population, but you got this one arm of the population saying, no, we're going to boycott it because we don't feel that's right. So you're getting strong arm by people boycotting you, saying you it's right. But as a marketer or as a business owner, I want to sell beer to everybody. Right. So Anheusier Busch is caught up in this a catch-22, right?
I think it's you do that, but you got to figure out what way is going to profit you more: staying neutral or hopping on to this agenda. So I understand the boycott, but which way makes more money? If you hopping onto this agenda and you alienating more people than you're picking up by hopping onto this agenda, that's not business smart.
Okay.
I mean, this is nothing new. We back in the past, we seen Bill O'Reilly attack several black artists that got deals, whether it's Ludacris losing his deal with Pepsi. You know, at the time when he got that endorsement deal, you know, he was squeaky clean. But Bill O'Reilly attacked his ass, you know, due to some lyrics that he said, and caused him to lose his endorsement deal with Pepsi. Mm-hmm. This is no different. You know what I'm saying? People find fault at anything. You know, when you're a corporation like that, you are trying to market or something. You know what I'm saying? You are trying to go with an artist. You know, and sometimes some marketing campaigns hit, sometimes they don't. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with a transgender being on the can. Like I was saying earlier, I drink my beer out of a glass. I might buy that can, pull that shit in the glass, throw that shit in the trash can. You know what I'm saying? However it goes, you know. I don't think Anheusier Busch did anything wrong with trying to start a partnership with a transgender TikTok influencer that has a different market that they're trying to get into. You know, you're not wrong as a company to try to do that, but your fans are speaking up. You know, like, and it's a bunch of politicians jumping on that bandwagon who are supposed to play a neutral role. You know, you all are working for us, the United States citizens. So we don't want to see you all, you know, getting involved in no kind of shit like this. And then I'm kind of shocked that the LGBTQ community are not going after those individuals that's speaking out against Anheusier Busch. You know what I'm saying? This is like a first in this kind of industry where you have a big major beer company coming out and supporting. You know what I'm saying? I think Coors did it before, but Anheusier Busch thinks they first go around with this. I don't have no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? To me, it don't affect it. It won't affect my purchasing of Anheusier Busch, you know, products and stuff. So I don't really have a purpose, a problem with it.
Cool. Right. What you got? Thoughts on it?
So the issue is the right. It's not. I mean, because they're slowly chipping away at everything. You know, they want to get it to a point where basically, if you don't look like them, then you have no say in anything. You know, you can see it with the voting. You can see it with them taking the fucking what they call critical race theory out of the schools. The right is the problem. To me, if your brand is big enough, like, okay, Nike, for instance.
Yep.
With the Colin Kaepernick, you have, you know, numerous people. I'll never buy Nike's product again. I ain't fucking with them again. And they shit is still, you know, it just goes up all the time. Mm-hmm. You know, if your brand, you know, because like Squeak said earlier, like everything ain't gonna hit. You know, every marketing campaign ain't gonna hit. You'll drop back and, you know, reassess and figure out if you can do it differently or if you just need to abandon it totally. But I just, my focus would be the right. They're the ones, that's the big issue I have with this scenario is them, you know, telling us what's right, you know, what's white. And, you know, so that's how I look at it.
So let me ask y'all this. So what would y'all do if you bud? I mean, what would you do when you bud? Did you make the business because they're boycotting? I mean, they hitting you pretty hard. So they're boycotting it. They're not buying. Your sales are starting to slump. Two of the marketing people have already stepped down. What do you do if you bud? Do you run in the face of like this hate, or do you have to adjust because of business? And I think that goes back to J-Rock point. You do have to make some people money. So what do you do if you Budweiser? If you the leader of Budweiser, you slumping.
You walk it back. Take that. Try to. Hey, we tried. It ain't making business sense. You got to come up off of that.
I ain't walking shit back. I give me another top athlete, another top performer. I will market that as well. But at the end of the day, we trying to get paid from across the board. You know what I'm saying? So we want the transgenders to feel like this is the spokes beer for you all, and whatever new person we endorse, we want them to push that agenda forward as well. You know, I ain't walking shit back. You know, I believe in our product, and to me, that's what's gonna sell.
So you doubling down, you going all the way in on it.
You know, because at the end of the day, you have to run the numbers and see what your competition is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like a bunch of Americans have been upset with Anheusier Busch that the family sold the company to the German people. You know what I'm saying? German business group, Ambev and stuff like that. So that could be another thing that's really, you know what I'm saying, driving a stake down and stuff like that. You know, quiet as kept. But other than that, I'm gonna keep trying to get a marketing hit with my marketing to see what's gonna land. You know, you have to take the new step and go for the people in the social media because they can reach different audience that you haven't pushed towards. You know, so you have to keep going.
So I got a question.
I
was just gonna say, is this the fight that you want to fight or possible bankrupt?
Nah, no bankrupt.
I don't think it's that bad, but
nah.
So I got a question. Is Anheusier Busch, where are they as far as order of breweries?
I'm not sure. I bet they're.
I mean,
top three. Gotta be top three.
They're in the top three.
Yeah. Gotta be top.
I would say they still the king of beers.
Ride it out.
So what little market share, whatever little market share you lose, that's kind of leaning into what I was saying about Nike. Nike is number one. So the whatever little flack they caught, you know, to them it's worth the risk.
Gotcha.
And I think, and I mean, without knowing where Anheusier Busch is in the pecking order, I mean, I wouldn't. But do you have people in positions in that company who align with those people? Is that why they?
So the key to me was, you know, they almost seem like they surrendering a little bit because, you know, you have two VPs that stepped down to marketing that already stepped down, which is sad. But to your point, Rodney, Nike also did a transgender ad and they rolled it out. They got the same kind of flack, but like you said, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. They just rolled it out, and now they got transgender athletes as Nike spokespeople. But as a business owner, you know, you got to take pause. If if your bottom line is not your bottom line anymore, how long can you ride it out?
But if you're a microbrewery, then no, you can't do this. You have to. Matter of fact, you probably don't take that chance if you're a microbrewery. But if you're fucking Anheusier Busch, you roll the dice. If you Nike, you roll the dice. If you Apple, like those are brands that pretty much are bulletproof.
Okay, and a test of time.
And we talking about advertisement that's on social media. I haven't seen one national commercial on this.
No, it's definitely Instagram.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, to be opposed against it, you either have to be on TikTok, one of these followers, to have to seen this ad or something of that nature. Like, I don't understand how you can be that upset. You know, when I look at the can, shit, I ain't know no better. I ain't do no research. I thought it was a damn woman. You know.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's a different. I applaud them for going that lane. It's 14 million people that follow this person. So exactly. they own what he's doing. So
right.
You know, why not try to get them people to drink your beer? So I actually thought it was a good idea. I think it's the right that just kind of keep pushing this, this be like me agenda. So, but all right, look at this. Jared, you got any last thoughts up there? You in deep thought?
Watching my lawnmower videos. No, I'm good. It's a good discussion. Yeah.
Pod D can do it both. We can do it both. We can do politics. We can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? All right, boys. Moving on. A little bit of a lighter topic. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about trips. Some of the silliest arguments you may have had when you was on a trip, like say with your spouse. Jared texted this to the group, and I got a story for you all. I was actually on vacation with Jared and his fiance at the time. So we all at Worlds of Fun in Florida. And it's me, Sam, my wife, my kids, both my kids. And my kids are a little younger. They probably 10 and 13, maybe even younger than that, 12 and 8, something like that. And at that point in my life, that was my fiance, maybe it might have been my fiance. He's rushing to get to this ride, leaving. I'm trying to get these kids all over the park. She shoots through this ride, this new Harry Potter ride, and to get on the ride, she just leaves us, right, to go get in line. So she's jumping lines, jumping all these people, and I'm back here with these kids, and I got so furious, and so I didn't even follow her in the line. I just stopped. I just sat down with my kids, with my kids. These are my kids, and she rode the ride. She came back. Where you at? Where y'all was at? Man, and I just went off, man. I'm like, you left me with these kids. This is their trip. This ain't your trip. You trying to jump everybody, be first in line. I just went crazy, man. And we talked about it today. We had to relive that today, man, when I brought it up. But that was probably the silliest argument we've had. It was over her leaving me with 2 kids to go get on this ride. I didn't follow her. She ended up riding the ride, and I was like, fuck that ride. But yeah, man, that's my story. Anybody else got stories about like stuff like that?
Yeah, I got one. So my wife, she was my girlfriend at the time. We took our first cruise. I think the year is like either 2011 or 2012. And for whatever reason, we had a habit of not holding hands when we were out in public. I don't know what that shit was about. I don't know if we was just 2 gangsters and 2 thugs to just, to be holding hands. But when we would walk out in public, my wife would she girlfriend at the time, she would just skeet past people. Like we could be side by side, shoulder to shoulder talking. And before you know it, she's in front of me because she didn't slip past people and shit like that. And so I made a little statement of like, man, I'm going to have to get one of them kid leashes for you. And a woman heard that and laughed, and it offended my wife. And man, we arguing, we arguing like motherfuckers. We walking, but we arguing. And this notion of all we had to do is just fucking hold hands. It was a couple. We was walking and arguing. It was a couple that was directly in front of them, and I was like, "That's all I gotta do is reach over and hold her hand." I don't know what was in me that prevented us from just holding hands. We just would not do this shit. We was kind of new in our relationship. This was never an issue when we was in St. Louis. It was always an issue when it was time to travel. And so that was our silliest argument, one of our silliest arguments that we ever had. I'm talking about serious to the point to where it's like, don't come back to the room. I'm on the motherfucking top deck. It's probably like 5 in the morning, like 6 something in the morning. I'm looking at motherfucking dolphins and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how motherfucking late it was. Like, hey, I gotta end this shit. Like, hey, I ain't come here to argue with you. You know, had to have that conversation. This is our vacation. I apologize for saying that to you. I'm not here to ruin your vacation. That's how I had to come. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yep.
That's how it was. That's my story.
Anybody else?
I had one. We was on a family trip, me and my brothers. We decided to do all the brothers and their spouses. And everything for the first few days, it was cool. Then it was, some people was taking over the trip. They're not going to tell me what we going to do. I'm like, hold on. Everybody agreed. It was just cool. We just going. Everybody agreed. We're going to wake up and go to this little diner in the morning, whatever. I ain't going. Come on, man. Just, whether you like it or not, just go with the flow. Man, next thing you know, we stuck in the room. Just arguing over who we ain't going to a diner in the morning to eat breakfast.
Yeah.
So that it turned from that to take me home. We going back to St. Louis. And I mean now. Like, get in the car, we headed back to St. Louis now. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And I'm like, it was crazy.
Oh my God.
It ended up being, we left a day or two early, came on back to St. Louis. Needless to say, we ain't never been on that family trip again. Because I ain't got time for that. But I don't know, waking up, going to a restaurant in the morning, and my wife didn't want to go to that restaurant. But we had already agreed upon it the night before. So while she found another restaurant she wanted to go to. And then it was just like, you letting them control you. That's my story. So it was a long ride home. It was hard because you got your brothers, and then they're like, what the heck happened? I got to try to explain to them while I'm in the car with my wife. Man, that was hell.
Where you at?
I promise you, if I could have a teleport machine, I would have teleported home and not said nothing to nobody. But I got caught up with my brothers and my wife. I have to figure that out. And I just talk to my brothers, you know my wife. And that's it.
Oh my God. That was good.
That's funny. You got a story, Jay?
Yeah, boy, you got me beat. And we argue all the time, but it's silly stuff. It's like first trip we went on, we went to Chicago. She didn't like how I introduced her to people. We had just started dating, and I don't know. We argued about that shit for like 6 months about I didn't introduce her the correct way. And, it's just always something comes up on trips. Oh, it's always.
That's true.
It's always something, that comes up. When we go to Vegas, we like Vegas, so we go as often as we can. But she only likes Fat Tuesday for some reason. The frozen drinks.
Oh, yeah.
Every time we go, I'm like, damn, why don't you try a different one? So we up and down the strip on Google Maps and shit looking for Fat Tuesday only. So we'll walk past 5 or 6 other frozen drink places to get to a Fat Tuesday. And I just keep saying, it's the same thing. They buy the same mix from the same company. So I'm like, nope, Fat Tuesday. So it's just stuff like that comes up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rod, you got a story?
I don't have one for a trip, but I got a silly one just in general. So I think I was playing one night. We was playing softball. No, I was just out somewhere. That's what it was. I was out somewhere, and then came home. I was tired. I just collapsed in the bed, went to sleep. Woke up the next morning. Something is sticking me in my ass. Pause. And I'm like, what the fuck is this, right? So I reach underneath and pull out a fucking earring, right? So she's standing and she look and see me pull the earring out. She's like, where the fuck you been last night? So I'm like, what are you talking about? That ain't my motherfucking earring. Where the fuck you been? So for a brief second, I doubted myself. Like, damn, what did I do last night? You know, because I'm pulling fucking earrings out of my drawers and shit. Like, so after about 15 seconds, I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't do nothing last night. Hey, I don't know. This is your fucking earring. She's like, this is not my motherfucking earring. So she went to her little closet and she's digging through all the shit. And she find that it's her earring. And she was just like, oh. So.
And it stayed like that, right? You don't.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You didn't take nowhere else. You just let that go, huh?
Huh?
You just let it go with, oh, my bad.
That was it.
Man.
That's the most I'm gonna get.
They gonna do that. Oh my god!
Like we damn near broke up over your earring that you left in the bed,
and all you got was an oh.
Yeah.
That's how it be.
That's how it is, boy. That's how it is. All right, cool, boys. All right, so we'll move on to the next topic. All right. So, deals. I'm talking about the best deal you ever got in your life. So, is there something that you guys got that you couldn't believe the deal you got on? If you got a story about it, I want to hear it.
Can I go first?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
Because mine is not a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I hate being the one to remix the questions and shit, but I couldn't think of anything as far as a deal. But for me, the biggest break/deal that I got was getting the job that I have currently to this day. So when I got out of the military, I didn't have any direction. I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do. I never had a real job in my life. You know, I never worked, you know, fast food or, you know, at the mall. You know, I never did any of that. The only thing I had was, you know, a little internship of, you know, our junior year. So I never had a real job. Didn't really know how to go about getting one. So I got home. You know, I had saved up some money before I got out, splurged a little bit, you know, collecting unemployment. But, you know, that shit was running out, and it was like, man, what the fuck am I going to do? So a friend of mine happened to call me and ask me, do I want a job? Just flat out, you want a job? I'm like, no, not really. But, you know, I guess it's time for me to do something because I've been laying around for 2 months, you know. So I went in, did the interview, got the job, and 21 years later,
oh wow,
I got a career.
Crazy.
So, you know, so that was the you know, that was my biggest break/deal that I got.
Jeez, that's cool. That's cool. And I know you're a deal maker. What's the best deal you ever got?
Best deal I ever got. Come back to me on that. Give me a second. I have one.
Squeak, Hughes, you got a deal you made?
You know, one of the best deals I ever received was something that I didn't put the work in for. My senior year in high school, I got a call to come down to the principal office. And on the telephone was a lady that was offering me opportunity to gain a scholarship. So all I had to do was just write an essay. And I was able to get, like, I think that scholarship was like, I want to say $10,000 or like $20,000.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't apply for it. I was not the smartest student at Sumner. I was not the top of my class by any means. When I tell you I got a break, I got a deal that with that scholarship and financial aid, it got me up out of St. Louis. And I felt so unlucky. Like I felt like, you know how you have like buyer's remorse. Like, damn, what about other smart people that's in my class and stuff like that? But what's for you is for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just wrote an essay on the spot. I hadn't even applied to the school. So that was another perk that came with it. Once I wrote the essay, I got the scholarship along with enrollment in the school.
Oh, wow.
And it was so against what I was going through at that moment of my life because I had a kid on the way. I was months away from graduating, and I was months away from trying to leave St. Louis. So this was my opportunity to leave St. Louis, but I wasn't trying to leave St. Louis and go to college. I was trying to leave St. Louis and just get a job somewhere like that and escape the shit I was going through, fatherhood from what was becoming. But this put me in a more secure location, and I hadn't even thought about college my senior year. I was like, I ain't doing this shit. So this put me right in college, and it was going against everything that I was going to try to do that last part of my little, high school years and shit like that. And it worked out for the best, so that was one of the biggest breaks of my life that I didn't ask for, that just came to me as a blessing,
Wow. Well, let me get my little story out, because I'm thinking like monetary deals. Y'all got these life breaks. So quickly, I was we moved here. We redid our outside during COVID. Man, I look online one day and I see this patio set. This patio set for like $300. It's we've been looking at patio sets, and they like, $1,000, $1,500, $1,600. It was $300. And I was like, yeah, this couldn't be right, or BS. Let me go take a look at it. Man, we got there, and we was like, this couldn't be the $300 patio set. And the man was like, yeah, I don't think it's $300. He did some searching. It was coming in the computer, $300. All right, I was like, yeah, give me that. As he ringing it up, like, oh, you guys got lucky. This is cost. We supposed to be selling these things for double, triple this price. And you caught it before, because it was the first day it was online. So we caught it the first day it came online, because we were just searching every day. Boom. What we do before they can start alerting the other stores, we called another store. I that motherfucker again. So I got two of the same sets on my patio, because we doubled up, because it was it was super cheap. So that was a deal, man. That was a deal of a lifetime. The next day we went back to back. We bought that one, then we went to another Lowe's and bought another one.
Damn.
And after that, the next day, here they are, triple the price online.
Damn.
So I was like, that was the craziest deal I ever had. I never got that look. Never got that look.
I would probably say my best deal was when I went to New Orleans for the 49ers Super Bowl. And, I didn't know what kind of deal we was getting. They wanted all this money over face value of the ticket. $1,000 over face value. And we caught one cat that was tripping, and he just needed to sell his ticket. So I said, I can give you face value for it. So that was my biggest deal. I was able to go to the Super Bowl where the 49ers was playing.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing a cat that was just like, I got one more ticket to sell. I just want to sell I just want to sell this ticket and be done and get out of here. So I was able to catch it he said, just give me face value and we out. So I was able to buy the ticket, a few hours up before the game. So that was, that ain't no a few hours. So I was able to buy a ticket, be secure where, you know, I got ticket and for face value at the Super Bowl.
I think you're the only person I know that went to the Super Bowl, man.
That's the game I turned the lights off on. Yeah.
What was the price of the ticket at?
$9.50.
Okay.
See the Super Bowl. Nice. Jay, you got one?
Yep. Hey, did the 49ers win?
Shut up.
I got a few set of tires from Walmart a few years back. So I ordered the tires online, and then you go to the store, pick the tires up. So I click cancel on the tires. They still like either call me in for the appointment to install the tires. So I went in and got the tire installed. I forget how the timeline on how it worked out. I know I ordered the tires, canceled, took the car in. I'm expecting to pay, you know, for the tire. I probably ordered 2 sets of tires, and I canceled one, and they installed the one that I canceled. So I get the tires installed. They charge me, you know, $40 for the installation, but they don't charge me for the price of the tires. So I just pay the $40 and I leave. They never said anything about it. So I end up getting a free set of tires.
Wow. Kept it moving. Yep.
Walmart is good for that. I mean, it ain't my free list, but Tyler bought a scooter, and the Walmart was janky. They didn't scan it out, and they just gave it to him. So we left. And then when I got home, it was still on there like I haven't picked it up. And so Tyler was like, hold on, what happened if you hit cancel? He canceled that mug out, and they gave him all his money back, and he's still riding around with that scooter today.
Refunding him up.
Yeah, because he was supposed to, I told him, we'll buy it, you got to give me your money. And he was like, hold on, Daddy. And he said, what happened if you just hit cancel? And he hit cancel. And he said, there you go. You paid the full, man.
Hell nah.
All right, boy. So we're going to go to the next topic. We're going from good luck, we're going to bad luck. So I want to know, I would like to know the worst meal that your spouse has ever prepared for you. Not only the worst meal that she's ever prepared for you, did you tell her that it was bad? Go ahead.
Well, the worst meal, I was a simple guy. I told her I wanted some pork and beans and hot dogs. She gonna boil the hot dogs in the pork and beans. So I don't know what that was. I was like, what is this? How can you mess up pork and beans and hot dogs? So we had a whole argument over it. I'm like, how do you mess up pork and beans and hot dogs? And it was so bad. I couldn't even finish it. It was bad. And yes, I did let her know about it because I was so upset.
That's funny.
Who next?
Man, I don't have one. I can't think of anything that was like crazy bad, you know, that she's made. So I'm sorry, fellas. I don't have one for this one.
All right. So hey guys, so I'm notorious for like small, like I can't eat big pieces of chicken. Like I got a phobia. Because as younger, I ate some chicken that was raw, that looked done, but it was kind of still uncooked in the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a phobia. I don't eat like large pieces of chicken because of that.
Like the breast, you don't eat the breast.
I do, but it got to be, just got to be well done. It just got to be. I like a hard, well done piece of chicken, and I prefer it small. Even a smaller breast versus a larger breast. So I just prefer small pieces of chicken. My wife, she called herself baking some leg quarters, right? So these big ass thick pieces of leg quarters, man. Poor girl, slave. She made it. She put it on the plate. Man, I took a bite in that sucker. It was so red, blood running out of it. I was like, oh no. All my fears came back to me at that point, man. Like I thought I had got over it, man. Hell no, but I couldn't help it. I was like, I don't eat big piece of chicken. I was trying it because she was cooking, and this, a big ass leg quarter, a fucking leg and a thigh.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'll turn you off of chicken for life, boy. That shit turn you off for life. So that's my story.
Did you tell her about it?
Yeah. I'm sitting there with that shit in my
got blood running down his mouth.
Yeah.
Say something.
Like a caveman.
A vampire, just blood dripping.
Right. My story is not a meal. It's a side dish. It happened. My wife can cook. Let me just start off by saying that my wife can cook. This happened 2016, our first Thanksgiving, and so I'm watching her prep and all this shit, and it's getting time for the dressing. And the way my mom makes dressing is a lot different from how I saw my wife make her dressing. And I think she had boxes of dressing. So I was like, what's this? She's like, I'm going to make the dressing. I'm like, you making it out of a box? I'm used to my mom making this shit from scratch. My mom make this big ass pan of cornbread and, she dicing this shit up and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay. Man, I think my wife either fell asleep or overcooked that shit. And I let her know. She was not pleased. She was not happy. So we go to the next year, 2017. I come in and she said, you said another damn thing about your mama making motherfucking dressing. I'm gonna take this knife and run across them. She threatened me. She did a good job. She can actually cook. You know what I'm saying? She can actually cook. But that year, I let her know it wasn't good. It wasn't the best. It was different. It was different. It was dry. It was hard. It was, what I'm saying? It was a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Hands down, it was a motherfucking weapon. Somebody walking past your shit, you grab that motherfucker and throw it at them. It is what it is. I let her ass know. But I was supposed to this year. I just supposed to have a cook off with her. So I'm gonna see if I can back up the shit I've been saying right now about her.
Nice. Rod, you got a story?
No, I don't have one. I got a quick question. You mentioned you got a phobia of big pieces of chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to kind of throw it out there. What's a weird phobia that you all have?
That's definitely mine, man. That is definitely mine. People, I'm this big ass 6 foot 300-pound cat, and I don't eat big pieces of chicken, man. I eat these tiny pieces of chicken. Everybody got something to say every time I talk about it. But that's my weirdest one. That is my weirdest one. I don't eat big pieces of chicken.
My phobia is being
a weird one, not you're afraid of heights, but just like a phobia that would be looked at maybe kind of being as weird.
Mm-hmm.
So my phobia is that when I'm enclosed, like a 12-passenger van, the back of an airplane, the back of a bus, and it start getting warm, and I'm in a position where I can't get out, I'm turning into the Credible.
That can be looked at. That's claustrophobia.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't have a problem going to the sauna or steam room. You follow what I'm saying? Like I can sit in that motherfucker.
Yeah, but the problem is you can't get out. You enclosed.
Yeah.
So that's claustrophobia. So that ain't really, that ain't really weird. A lot of people have that.
Yeah.
What's your word one, Rod?
Hotel rooms, like a bed. Like I can't sleep in the bed.
What?
The sheets.
That thing.
Any hotel?
It doesn't matter. It don't matter. Like I gotta really get drunk or just but if I go in there sober, I can't get in that bed.
So what you do?
Shit, I don't know. Don't go to sleep. But I mean, it takes okay, I'll sleep in the bed, but it's gonna take me a minute. I can't just jump in it So it might be a couple hours before I can, double dutch my way into that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have a.
What is it? The sheet? You think the sheets are nasty? You think the sheets are what
yeah, I mean, because we had an instance where we went to a hotel like years ago. We went and we brought bed bugs back, and then we all know what happened in hotel rooms, and you know that these fucking chambermaids don't be changing the motherfucking sheets like that, man. Motherfucker be making them beds up and making it all pretty. So that's my thing. Well, I got two of them. That's 1A, and 1B is a bathtub. Like I'm freaked out by. I can take a shower, and I can take a bath in my own bathtub, but anybody else's, like, they freak me the fuck out. Like if let's say I'm in your bathroom using washing my hands or something, and something falling over into your bathtub, I'm done. Done. Like, I can't get it. I can't go in there and get it. So
all right, I ain't gonna lie. That's some weird stuff right there, what you just said.
So you saying you actually saying you got money in your hand, and your money and your wad of money slip out going to somebody else's bathtub. You can't go down and get that motherfucker. It's just
you gotta call the owner of the house. Hey dog, can you come?
Can you come get that?
I'm coming in the bathroom like, I don't see what you're talking about. I don't see no money. I don't see no money.
Yeah, I just don't like, I have just bathtubs. Other people's bathtubs just freak me out.
That's another weird thing. I don't know if it's weird or not, but I can't sleep on planes. Ever since 9/11, I'm up. If something's gonna go down, I'm gonna be seeing what's going on.
What's the longest plane ride you've been on?
Shit, I've been to Thailand.
And you ain't go to sleep?
Like maybe a quick cat nap.
Wow.
I mean, I went to sleep, so for 16 hours, I was mostly up. I'm gonna say about 14 of those. Maybe a nap here or there. When we got to Japan, I took a nap. When we came off the plane, then we got back on the plane and went on to Thailand the other 6 hours. I'm up. Ain't no sleeping. I'm at a baby nap at the best, but if anything is popping off, I'm on it. And it was hard. It was weird because we in the middle of the night, I'm seeing everybody with their little blankets, and I'm just sitting there looking at folks.
Hey boy, you get some good sleep on them planes, man. You get a good nap in on them planes.
I think I only went to sleep one time. I think that's the time me and you almost
missed our flight in Miami. You was knocked out. Yeah. That's like
yeah. I mean, cause we was up all night and we literally like through the airport.
Yeah,
trying to put your play on, but
yeah,
I normally don't sleep on planes. I stay.
Hey, one other phobia I got. This is kind of crazy too. Monkeys. Man, monkeys scare the shit out of me, man. I mean, big, small. I mean, they scared they almost too human, man. I look at them and I'm thinking, man, it's just, and then they super strong. Like, they can hurt you. I mean, I fear monkeys. I mean, it's like a real scary thing. If I run across a monkey anywhere, I'm paralyzed. I'm like, if they ain't behind a fence in the zoo, I'm just like a deer in headlights. I don't know what to do, man. It's like, it's crazy.
So when you say monkeys, are you talking about? Are you like chimpanzees?
Yeah, like
gorillas.
Yeah, like them. Like,
but not the small monkeys.
Not the tiny ones so much. The pet ones, but like a chimpanzee or like an orangutan. Man, no.
So you don't fuck with Planet of the Apes then?
No, hell no. I hate Planet of the Apes, man. It's scary. It's scary to me, man. Nope. Sam drive me every time because she love Planet of the Apes. She be driving me, but nah, man, I don't mess with monkeys. at all. Big monkeys at all. You got anything, Jay?
No, not really. I'm afraid of having to go back to the hood, live back in the hood. Shit. But
that's all I feel.
I'll give you one weird one. My wife has a weird one. It's very strange. I never heard this one. She doesn't like two-piece showers. So you know how in your shower, like the insert will be one part, then it's a seam, then you have another part at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
The seam is something she doesn't like. So, hotel rooms, houses, everything, like, if it has a two-part shower, she's not into it. So that's a weird, it's not mine, but that's a weird one. Weird that she had. Never heard anybody trip off two-piece showers before except her.
All right. Who got the game on? Give me an update on what's happening in the game. Nobody got it on?
I had to switch locations, so I don't even see it.
Let me. It's just bad for the pod, but let's get a quick update real quick, because I wanted to talk about it a little bit, see what the game was at this point. All right, right now, whoa,
damn,
fourth quarter, 8 minutes left. Celtics are up 96-78. So that's about a 20-point advantage, boys. 18 points with 8 minutes to go.
You know what to do, Hills.
So it looked like we may be heading into a game 6.
Pivotal game 6. All the pressure.
And as Anthony said, all the pressure will be on Miami, right? This is what Ant said. All the pressure from yesterday. He said all the pressure should be on Miami.
They have to win that game.
For game 6. I agree. They have to win that game. I agree. So you still feel like that it's the Heat's game? It's the Heat series?
I do.
I'm gonna start betting on their ass. Maybe they'll win.
Ryan, you still feel like it's the Heat series, right?
Yeah, Boston hasn't shown that they could do something like this all postseason. They haven't been able to string 4 good games together at all.
Okay.
So I'm banking on the fact that they won't be able to do that.
I'm banking on the fact that they win all their big games, and they got all big games. They win them all.
Jimmy can't get 40. Because that's what it's going to take. Jimmy got to get 40 to 50. And I'm banking on Boston being good enough to hold them for that. And the rest of them cats, as the game gets tighter, they sure going to get more bricks. So,
Jared, you said nobody going to come back from 3-1. Now it's 3-2. You think the Heat still going to take it?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with the odds and stick with the Heat.
Okay. All right. I'm still Celtics. I'm still going with the Celtics and still with the Celtics. Ryan still with the Heat. Jay still with the Heat. Hughes still with the Heat.
Yeah.
Hughes 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Nah, I know what I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna place no bet on the next game. They gonna win. Every time I bet with their ass, they lose. So yeah, I'm gonna break that jinx.
All right.
After they lose game 6, he was gonna have a Boston Celtics Tatum jersey on.
Nah. I support the hometown cat, but nah.
All right, fellas, this pie has come to an end. You know how
before we end, let me ask you a question pertaining to the Celtics. Do you think they should have suspended the coach, for what he did? Like, should they have brought him back?
I think what they figured out is, we're gonna suspend this coach, but hey, this guy we got in there is doing a hell of a job too. He might not be as good as Udoka, but we don't get all the BS that come with Udoka.
Was he on his staff? Was he part of the staff?
That's what on the staff. It's his staff. So It's like
he wasn't the first choice though.
Right, right. But nobody wanted to follow Udoka after what the Celtics did. Like nobody really wanted to go in there. But so they took his assistant, they made him head coach, and now he rocking. So they're like, okay, we'll just roll with this dude. So I think it was a good fate that it happened. But I didn't think they would do it until they knew because they got off to that good start. I think it made it easy for them to say, okay, we can go with this dude.
I mean, but what he did, was that worthy of losing his job? Or should he have faced just a suspension and came back the following year? But that's basically what I'm asking for everybody.
I think the reason why he lost his job is because they was a championship quality team, and that would have been a distraction all year. So that's why he lost his job.
No, he lost his job because he fucked somebody. He fucked the wrong person in the organization.
That's the distraction. He did mess with the wrong person, but that would have been a distraction to that would have been coming up all playoffs. They held it last year playoffs because he did it beforehand. They kept it locked down until after the playoffs.
So you kind of contradicting what you're saying, because it happened last year and it didn't get out. Right. It only got out because they put it out, and they put it out because he fucked somebody. He fucked the wrong person in the organization. That shit, they could have had. It could have been handled in house if they wanted to handle it that way. They got rid of that motherfucker because he fucked the wrong person in the organization.
And dude blew it up.
Well, I think that the misstep was, I thought they should have got more of a veteran coach, or more of a coach ready to win now, than taking a chance on a young guy with a team that's already made. I would have took a veteran coach.
Who could you have gotten at such a late stage in the game, though?
I mean, it's people out here still that
Mark Jackson.
Don't say him.
like Jackson. But it was still some other coaches that was probably good coaches that got fired because just bad situations that they could have got.
The story is jump topic, but how the fuck Doc keep getting jobs, man? Like how the fuck he top name in the job?
He got it, but he just don't know how to close. He don't have. Doc thing is that Doc never had a good player that's gonna say, damn what you say, I'm finna take this game over. He need that player like that.
He lived off the coattails of that first Boston team that won that championship.
Man, he got the Clippers right, and he had.
But he got people on the inside vouching for him, saying that he's a good. Stephen A. keep on everybody say he's such a great coach, but I don't see it.
He got the Clippers on track. He got the Celtics on track. They just fall in the end.
I mean, but that's what it's about. I mean, he always has talent. He always have a good team. He got Embiid and Harden. He got a good team.
Yeah,
always fall short though. Always.
It's like the dude from Milwaukee. I don't know how they fired him.
Me either. That was crazy.
I mean, shit. They was trying to fire him before they won the chip.
Yeah.
So
they don't really have no offense outside of Giannis. They don't really have no offense.
I mean, but they got great defense. I mean, get a piece. Get a piece that can shoot. It'll be fine.
That's all they need is another coach, though. That's all they need is another coach.
I mean,
all right, gentlemen. We at that time. SOW, Swerp of the Week. Who you got?
I go first. My Swerp of the Week, I have to give it to Devin Haney. He did something cowardly last weekend. Last weekend, Shakur walked into the ring, and he jumped his ass straight up out that ring. You know what I'm saying? After making controversial decision according to the stadium and shit like that. You don't never, as a champion, you don't never let nobody walk into the ring as a future challenger and challenge you, and you not stand your ground and look them in the eye and be like, I'm the dude, I'm that man, whatever, whatever. Come see me when you get a chance. He walked up out that ring when Shakur got in that motherfucker and hightailed the shit. So I thought that was real Swerp. You know, I don't want to hear that he moving up to 140. Your money is at 135. So hire you a nutrition, you know what I'm saying? Quit eating what you eating, quit the bullshit, get your money, stay in shape, and stay at 135 and get it in with Tank and get it in with Shakur, man, and run it back with Loma. That's my Swerp of the week.
Good one. Good one.
Let me go next. My Swerp of the week, I'll keep it in boxing, is Earl Spence Jr. because you know his ass is out drinking and driving right now. Gonna mess the fight up. Looking to get hit again. So Earl Spence.
I'm glad you brought that up because that $25 bet, $50 bet we put up is back. It's activated now.
What bet is that? What's the bet?
You had Crawford, I got Spence.
Okay.
Hey, my Swerp of the week, Marlin, Texas High School. I'm giving all the teachers at Marlin, Texas High School, senior class teachers, my Swerp of the week. Their graduation has been rescheduled because only 5 of the 35 eligible seniors were able to graduate or eligible to graduate.
5 out of 35?
5 out of 35 are eligible to graduate. So they had to reschedule the graduation, a little bit more time for some people to get a little bit better attendance, to get some better grades, so they can graduate with their senior class.
Wait. Back that up. You mean to tell me when are they rescheduled to like the summertime, end of the summer?
They're rescheduled to the end of the summer.
That may not work for everybody.
I don't see how they're gonna get out of 35, out of 5. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but
man, I'll run that 5 across the. If my son was one of them 5, we run it. I need them 5 right now.
Right.
Just run it.
Class of 5. Hey, let them run that 5.
Man, that's you
crazy.
You failing your students, man. Come on, man. 5 out of 35.
Yeah.
All the Texas high school teachers, senior class teachers, Swerp of the week.
That's really the counselor. So they got
it's a breakdown of everything,
Yeah, counselor, parents,
break down everything.
Yeah.
Use no bet.
Okay.
Bet is off.
Okay.
I don't even remember that bet. No bet.
Y'all niggas keep receipts. You can't go back and find it.
Nah, but I'll be honest though. The real bet was that the fight wouldn't take place, and you would have won. But you let me get out that bet, so appreciate that.
well, it's generous cats, ain't it?
Right, you got a Swerp of the week?
I can't think of one. So you know what? I'll just go with what I saw today. I'm gonna go with Shannon Sharp. That's my Swerp of the week.
What'd he do?
Just on his LeBron fanboy shit.
With Kwame?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I think Shannon does kind of go, way over, like he goes like way the fuck overboard defending this nigga. And I heard what Kwame said, and then I didn't see nothing wrong with it.
Damn, you ain't think Kwame was out of bounds?
For saying LeBron don't have a go-to move?
No,
Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown.
He ain't qualified to say that shit.
Why? So why is he not qualified? But Shannon,
what's his motherfucking go-to move? To be criticizing one of the goats of the game.
No one's above criticism.
No one is.
That ain't that's not even a valid statement though.
It is a valid statement. He don't have a go-to move.
That motherfucker go-to move.
Yeah.
What's Brian go-to move?
Put your head down, go to the basket.
Yeah.
Okay.
All day long.
Okay, well we see how that worked.
It
took two motherfuckers. We're no one-on-one. Took two motherfuckers.
Well, whatever.
Murray was holding on to his ass and shit.
The look at the ball 3 That's a go-to move. LeBron got plenty of go-to moves, man.
No, he don't.
I ain't knocking your Swerp though, but I'm just, I ain't knocking your Swerp.
Ain't knock Swerp. That's the but.
Yeah,
AD don't have a go-to move.
Huh?
AD and LeBron, they both ain't got a go-to move.
Oh man, stop.
They don't.
AD gonna turn around and shoot.
It's the
I mean, okay. LeBron does have a go-to move, a bullshit long 3-pointer,
a fade 3-pointer. I just no. It's a
pull-up, shoot from 35 off one leg, 3-pointer. That's his go-to. But anyway, Shannon Sharp is my Swerp of the week.
Got it. Is that everybody? And you got Swerp of the week?
That's funny, Squeak. You got 2 Swerps of the weeks from the same fight.
Yeah.
So you gave Vasily Lomachenko the Swerp yesterday. And now you give Devin Haney the Swerp today.
I really meant to give Devin that one, but I thought about Lomachenko crying ass, how he did that press conference, had that black eye, was crying. I'm like, man, get out of here with that shit. Then I thought about what Devin did, and I was like, that was more. Swerp.
My Swerp for the week goes to LeBron. Faking his retirement talk, trying to strong arm the Lakers to doing some foolery and getting Kyrie there and all of that. Swerp of the week.
Man, he doing what Aaron Rodgers do.
He swerved. I mean, he would have been swerved too. But I'm just saying, the whole retirement thing ain't nothing but some swerve tactics to try to make them do. He wanted Westbrook. So if he really think Kyrie coming there gonna do it right again, he crazy.
Yeah, he was listening. He gambled with Westbrook. Westbrook was at the wrong LA. Westbrook worked out with the Clippers more so than he did with the Lakers, though.
Mm-hmm. Swerp of the week, just because he's trying to strong arm. He the worst GM in sports.
Oh God. All right, boys. That is a wrap. That's the Starting Five, the Pod Deep podcast. Please like, subscribe, follow everywhere you get your podcast. It's been real. We out. Peace.